The desert night was still. July 16, 1945. A faint hum of anticipation hung over the barren sands of New Mexico's Jornada del Muerto, Journey of the Dead. Scientists in white coats, generals in crisp uniforms, stood miles away, eyes fixed on a steel tower, a gadget, a weapon, a god. At 5:29 a.m., the world changed. A blinding flash, brighter than 1,000 suns, tore through the darkness. The Trinity Test, the first atomic bomb. A triumph of science, a Pandora's box. But what happened next? The story didn't end with that fireball. The desert kept secrets. People got sick. Families whispered of strange illnesses, of cancers creeping through communities like ghosts. The government? Silent. Files were sealed. Truths were buried. For 79 years, the scars of Trinity have lingered in New Mexico's soil, its air, its people. Who paid the price for that dawn? And why are we still uncovering lies? Let's go back to where it all began. Picture New Mexico, 1945. Endless dunes stretch under a merciless sun. Small towns dot the landscape. Carrizozo, Socorro, Tularosa, where ranchers and farmers live quiet lives, unaware of the history unfolding in their backyard. Los Alamos, a secret city, hums with scientists working on a project so classified even their families don't know its name. The Manhattan Project, a race to build the ultimate weapon. Locals saw strange lights in the desert, heard rumors of government men in suits, but no one told them about the test. No warnings, no evacuations, just a cover story. An ammunition dump exploded. Nothing to see here. Move along. But the truth, it drifted in the wind. Invisible, deadly. They call them Downwinders, the people who lived in the path of Trinity's fallout. Their stories, ignored. Their suffering, denied. What did the government know? And why, even now, do they refuse to admit it? The desert holds its breath. So should you. Let's rewind. It's 1942. World War II rages. The U.S. fears Germany's working on an atomic bomb. Enter the Manhattan Project, a top-secret mission to beat the Nazis to the punch. Los Alamos, a remote mesa in New Mexico, becomes its heart. Thousands of scientists, engineers, and workers pour in. A city rises from nothing. Barbed wire, guard towers, secrecy. At its center, J. Robert Oppenheimer. Brilliant, haunted, a physicist with a poet's soul, he leads the charge to harness the atom's power. The science is staggering, splitting uranium atoms, unleashing energy that could end wars or the world. By 1945, they're ready. The gadget, a plutonium bomb, is hoisted onto a 100-foot steel tower in the desert. The site? Trinity, named by Oppenheimer himself, inspired by a poem. Batter my heart, three-personed God. Fitting for a device that could play God. July 16th, 1945, 5:29 a.m. The countdown ends. A flash blinds the observers. A fireball 12 miles wide vaporizes the tower. The shockwave shatters windows 120 miles away. Sand fuses into glass, trinitite glowing green, a new mineral born of destruction. Scientists cheer. Oppenheimer quotes the Bhagavad Gita. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. The land? Scorched. Craters scar the desert. Animals miles away are burned, blinded. But the people? No one thought about them. The test was secret. The fallout? Unseen, untracked, unacknowledged. The wind carried it. North, east, south, over ranches, homes, water supplies. The first victims didn't even know they were victims. Something invisible was spreading. And it wasn't just radiation. Days after Trinity, the rains came. They fell on New Mexico's towns, its rivers, its crops. But this wasn't just water. It was laced with radioactive particles. Plutonium, cesium, strontium. The fallout settled into soil, into wells, into bodies. Families drank the water, ate the crops, breathed the air. No one warned them. No one tested them. The government said it was safe. Decades passed. Strange patterns emerged. In Tularosa, cancer rates spiked. Thyroid cancer, leukemia, breast cancer. Children were born with defects. Ranchers noticed livestock dying, their fur patchy, their organs failing. Locals called it the sickness. Doctors were baffled. The government? Silent. Then, the whispers grew louder. In the 1980s, survivors started talking. Tina Cordova, a Tularosa native, founded the Tularosa Basin Downwinders Consortium. Her family, riddled with cancer. Her neighbors, dying young. She She dug deeper. Declassified documents surfaced. Scientists had known about the fallout. They'd tracked it. They'd mapped it. It reached 46 states, Canada, Mexico. Yet no one told the Downwinders. In 2010, a CDC report admitted the truth. Trinity's fallout was 10,000 times more radioactive than thought. Enough to cause harm, enough to kill. But compensation? Denied. The Radiation Exposure Compensation Act of 1990 covered Nevada downwinders from later tests. New Mexico? Left out. Forgotten. Why? Was it oversight or something darker? The documents were out. The truth was exposed. So why was no one listening? Why hasn't the U.S. owned up to Trinity's toll? The official line? The test was too small. The fallout too limited to cause widespread harm. But the data says otherwise. Studies from Los Alamos in the 1940s showed fallout patterns. Scientists warned of risks, yet the government buried the reports, classified them, ignored the sick. Some say it's bureaucracy, red tape, budgets. Others see a pattern. The Cold War was a time of secrets. Human experimentation wasn't new. The Tuskegee syphilis study, MK-Ultra, radiation tests on unwitting patients. Was Trinity's fallout another experiment? Did the government let it spread to study its effects? Declassified memos hint at it. Scientists proposed monitoring exposed populations. No follow-up studies were done. Or were they? Conspiracy theories swirl. Some claim the government hid the truth to protect the nuclear program. Others say it was about control, keeping the public in the dark to avoid panic. The truth? It's murky. The Radiation Exposure Compensation Act still excludes New Mexico downwinders. Bills to include them have stalled in Congress. Meanwhile, families like Tina Cordova's fight on. They demand answers. They demand justice. What's clear is the betrayal. A government that built the bomb to save lives left its own citizens to suffer. The desert still holds trinitite, green, glassy, radioactive, a reminder of what was unleashed and what was ignored. If they hid this, what else are they hiding? 79 years later, the scars of Trinity linger. In the cancers that tear families apart. In the stories of loss whispered in New Mexico's small towns. In the green glass scattered across the desert, glowing faintly under the stars. The atomic dawn was a triumph of human ingenuity, but at what cost? The scientists who built the bomb wrestled with its morality. Oppenheimer himself carried the weight of it until his death. The downwinders, they carry it, still. No apologies, no compensation, just silence. The desert keeps its secrets, but the truth is clawing its way out. The question isn't just about 1945, it's about now. What else was buried in the desert with the truth? What other ghosts haunt the sands of New Mexico? As the sun sets over Jornada del Muerto, the wind stirs. It carries voices of the sick, the forgotten, the betrayed. They're still waiting for answers. Are you listening?